This material is property of the Minnesota State High School League. No downloading, saving, or archiving of this production is permitted.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Target Center for CTN's coverage of the Class 4A state basketball quarterfinals between the Coon Rapids Cardinals and the number 3 seeded Minnetonka Skippers. Joe Yund and Howie Shapiro sidelines, and could not be more excited to be standing here somewhere no one expected the Cardinals to be able to reach.
I didn't sleep well last night. I worked a half a day, but not really, because I'm just so excited to get down here. I got, I think, 2 hours early here today just to prepare for this. This should be a fun one, and the Cardinals have a tall task. There's no question about that, but an opportunity to get a win. We just saw an upset from Park Center lost. We'll see if we can see another one.
Well, that was the second straight upset on this floor. Cretin-Durham Hall winning by a single point over Farmington in the second semifinal of the day. Wayzata, the number 1 seed, did advance to the semifinals, but the 2 seed and the 4 seed have now fallen on quarterfinal Wednesday. Cardinals hoping they can make it a 3rd out of 4 upsets and punch their ticket for Williams Arena on Thursday afternoon. But you mentioned it, a very tall task, and it's the Coon Rapids team that, again, wasn't expected to be here. Beginning of the season, they were predicted to finish dead last in Section 7. Instead, they finished 500 on the season, got hot at the right time, and got their first section championship since 1983, only their second in school history.
Yeah, I mean the excitement in this arena is palpable. It's pretty exciting. And Coon Rapids comes in here, you know, they may have the advantage height today because Minnetonka only goes about 6'4". So we've got a couple of 6'6" guys, so there may be the advantage of that. But I really think it's going to come down to how the Cardinals play defensively, because Minnetonka plays a 5-guard offense, and they're going to move the ball, they're going to press, they're going to drive the lane a lot tonight.
Well, we talk about it all season long. This is a real team effort from this Cardinal squad. Any guy could step up at any time to help them get to the next round, and they are going to need everybody on top of their game tonight.
They certainly will, but nobody leads away more than Jackson Young. He's averaging 19 points a game, 6 boards. You know, we talked to him when he was on the show. It's a rhythm that you get into, and Jackson does a really nice job of getting into that rhythm. When he hits from the outside, he can feel it, and so they're going to obviously not just rely on Jackson, because they do have some other opportunities. Jerry Freeman's going to have a big cog tonight too, because he's been sick the last couple of days. Well, hopefully he's back to 100%.
Yeah, it's a very senior-dominated lineup for the Cardinals. Young, really the only underclassman or non-senior that has gotten significant playing time this season. But, you know, he wants to do it for all the guys around him and certainly finish this season strong. Minnetonka, on the other side, hadn't won a single section contest for like 8 years before last season. Last season, they won their way to the state tournament, but they went 0-2 and were done early. They are back. They have a little bit of experience now in that area, and they've got 4 guys that average in double digits.
Yeah, they average about a little over 77 points a game. They, as I mentioned, they're 5-guard offense. They love to really press you on defense, but they're led the way by Andy Stefanowicz. He's averaging almost 17 points a game. He's an NDSU recruit. 64 steals, 15 blocks on the season. But Coach Testall told me that's what we do is the way that he goes. When he plays well, we play well. So Cardinals, I'm sure, know that, and they will continue to play defensively, him strong. But there's a lot of guys that can light the lamp.
They are definitely ready and up for the challenge. And while witnessing the upset over Park Center may be a lift to the Cardinals, it's also a warning to the Skippers. They will definitely be ready to fight for their opportunity to get to the semifinal round. The quarterfinals between the Skippers and the Cardinals tips off next on CTN.
There was once a time when local sports coverage wasn't what it is now. A dark age filled with handycams and Polaroids and angry crowds. Then two noble souls stood and proclaimed aloud that they'd give the people high-quality sports no matter how. So sports nights they became. Delivering stats and highlights was their vow. And sports nights they remain. Watch them weekly on CTN Now.
We are back at the Target Center, just about ready to get this fourth and final state quarterfinal underway as we get ready to meet the two teams.
Yeah, Joe, this is an exciting event, obviously, certainly for you and I. Not quite as exciting as for the young men and the coaching staff across from us. However, this is a once in a I won't say once in a lifetime, because let's hope this is a legacy that's starting and we can come back year after year. But nonetheless, this is a lot of fun.
Junior guard number 3, Jeremy Adu. Junior guard number 4, Armando Henry. Junior guard number 12, Tagan Plowman Tate. Junior guard number 13, Peyton McNair. Senior forward number 14, Gavin DeVries. Senior guard number 15, Ray Bennett. Senior center number 21, Jason Russ. Senior guard number 23, Jackson Hepworth. Junior forward number 24, Samson LeClaire. Junior forward number 31, John Pence. And sophomore center number 44, Jamie Okoye. Now let's meet the starting lineups. We've got a 5'10" senior guard, number 5, Jerry Freeman. A 6'5" junior guard, number 10, Jackson Young. A 6-foot senior guard, number 11, Parker Stoll. A senior center at 6'6", number 20, Connor Jordan. And a 6'2" senior forward, number 22, Anthony Valpito. Assistant coaches, Matt Schumann, Sam Carver, and the head coach of the Coon Rapids Cardinals is Mike O'Gorick. Now let's meet the Minnetonka Skippers. Student manager Gianna Eisenberg and Catherine McGowan. Now for the reserves, we've got a junior guard number 1, Duke Richardson. 8th grade guard number 2, Willie Wright Jr. 9th grade guard number 3, Jake Bliss. Junior guard number 4, Trayson Hennessy. Sophomore guard number 10, Anthony Ortiz. Senior forward number 13, Zach Steinges. Junior guard number 23, Malachi Bodie. Junior guard number 24, Will Steinges. Sophomore guard number 30, Caleb Crenshaw. Junior guard number 31, Hudson Kraft. Senior forward number 32, Alex Voss. Senior guard number 33, Heyman Bengala. And sophomore guard number 35, Noah Barenwald. Now let's meet the starters for the Skippers, a 5'10" junior guard number 5, Isai Allen. A 6'1" senior guard number 11, Andy Stefanowicz. A 6'5" senior forward number
So we're that much closer to tip-off here of this state quarterfinal, and happy to have back on the team for the event the third member of our broadcast team, Lexi Schweiner, down on the sidelines. Lexi, good to have you with us.
Yes, Joe, so great to join you guys back here, back at Target Center. Actually, my first time here, had to throw that out there. And this is a fun little story about Coach O that he told me before today's game. In his 11 years of coaching, he has never once attended a state tournament game. Obviously, Coon Rapids hasn't been there since 1983, but Coach said he never even wanted to go for fun in his 11 years. He said his friends all made fun of him because he never wanted to go unless he could actually bring the team to state himself. Now he got his wish. He hopes they're in it for many years to come, but he did say that he is happy to attend as a fan anytime now. Guys.
All right, Lexi, thanks for being with us, and excited to have the take from the sidelines all game long. Minnetonka able to win the opening tip. They get the first possession. Ullman steps in, leaves it off for Kane. Kane to the top of the key. And now Stefanowicz, he'll pull up. His shot is short. Good box out by Belpedio to secure the board.
Well, and that's what the Cards are going to need, Joe. It's just that limit Minnetonka to one opportunity and a miss, and you need that defensive rebound. Good job by Tony for that.
Yeah, you talk about a team that 5 guards, not a lot of height, but they like to move the ball, and they can definitely score. They've topped the century mark 3 times this season. Jerry Freeman going to get the early foul with the bump on Jordan Kane, and Kane will go to the line to shoot 2 for Minnetonka.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, obviously, on the foul situation for both of these squads. Obviously, Minnetonka, who really has a shallow bench, Joe. They only bring 2 guys off the bench outside of those starting 5. So it'll be important. And, you know, Minnetonka, it's an interesting, Joe. The Skippers only see mostly 95% man-to-man defense. So they had to kind of rethink things, and in practice they had to work against certainly that 1-3-1. So that'll be interesting how that happens as this game continues on.
Kane misses the second. The rebound for Jackson Young. Cardinals into the front court. Young into the low post for Jordan. Back out. Freeman, right side, stole, pump fake. Drives instead, lays it off the glass and in.
You know, Parker Stoll, since he's been inserted into the starting lineup, has really brought a spark, you know, not only offensively, but defensively especially. There's a walk.
Wells shuffled his feet, a little indecisive, wanted to pass at first. And we witnessed a pretty dramatic come-from-behind win for Egan in the last game over Park Center. They were down by 10 points early in the second half, came back to beat them by 3. And when you look at the QRF rankings, that upset would be about the same as this one if the Cardinals were able to overcome great reverse layup for Jackson Young.
Yeah, it certainly would, and a nice job by Jackson Young. We talked about him in the opening. He's going to need to take control and have a nice night tonight if the Cardinals want to advance. And just again, good wraparound bucket, then a turnover by Minnetonka.
Yeah, El Amin and Caden Wells not on the same page. Wells thought he was going to throw it up near the basket for a tip, and it went right through his hands. Obviously very, very early. But establishing a rhythm, important for both of these teams. Well, Freeman drives, comes up empty, rebound out of bounds to Minnetonka.
Yeah, you know, and if you're Coon Rapids, especially against a team like Minnetonka,
back. I think we're back.
We're back. Somebody pulled the plug. They pulled the plug on us, Joe.
The professional courtesy a little lacking as one crew tries to exit the premises. Minnetonka came back to tie and now looking for the lead, but the three-pointer for Kane off the mark. Rebound tipped around out of bounds. It'll be Coon Rapids ball.
Yeah, you know, we expect in a game like this, obviously, nerves. I mean, I had nerves coming in, and I'm not even playing. But especially, you know, on both teams. And I think with Coon Rapids, they're not expecting a lot, you know, in terms of they're not the favorite here. So they can play loose if they can.
Certainly, if they keep that mindset that the pressure's all on the Skippers. Open look for Belpedio. That's off the mark. Rebound by Ullman, and he's on the run. Ullman dishes down low. The basket for Caden Wells. And Minnetonka up 6-4.
Yeah, just a beautiful dish. Wells comes in averaging a little over 11 points a game. There's a steal there by the Skippers, but
Jordan Kane got a hand on the dribble of Stoll. Lost out of bounds, but it'll be Skipper ball with a 2-point lead. Issa El Amin.
of course he's the son of Khalid El Amin.
Former Minneapolis North star that played for UConn, won a national title. El Amin's long three-pointer off the mark, but Ullman right there to clean it up.
See, and then that's something Coon Rapids has to do a better job underneath. They cannot allow that offensive rebound. They have to be able to box out.
Young in some trouble, but draws a foul. It'll go against Jordan Kane.
El Amin's three-pointer off the rim, and just a beautiful job coming in and picking up and cleaning up the glass.
Jordan has it punched away from him. The Skippers recover. Ball loose on the floor. Bodies flying. Young gets it to Jordan. Up court for Freeman. Freeman into the lane. Belpedio will score.
And again, just a great job by Tony to recognize that little bit soft spot underneath the basket, and a great find by Freeman to get him the bucket.
El Amin left side, creeping over is Young. Gets it over for Stefanowicz. His shot off the mark. Rebound secured by Belpedio. Cardinals down court quickly. Three-pointer for Young is short. Rebound out of the reach of Freeman. Kane on the run, gives it up. Ullman, three-pointer from the left side is good.
Yeah, it looked effortless from Ullman as he releases. He's the leading scorer for this club, averaging a little over 20 points a contest, and the Cardinals turn it over.
El Amin left side. Kane for three. That's off the mark. Rebound, but the follow won't go for Stefanowicz. Got another opportunity, and it will count, plus the foul.
And again, Cardinals.
Freeman's going to pick up his second very early.
Well, that hurts. We'll see how quickly Coach O is going to decide to pull him with those two personals. But Duke Richardson checks into the action for Minnetonka. Skippers with a 7-point lead, looking to see if they can build upon it here.
Lane violation against the Skippers, so the free throw will not count.
Call that one on Kane.
Head coach Bryce Tesdell of the Minnetonka Skippers.
You know, he coached at Eastridge before he came here and really turned that program around.
TPT coughs it up. Kane throws it down with one hand.
See, and that's what Minnetonka will do to you. They're so good. They're so quick. And again, stepping in front of that passing lane, going after that loose basketball. They hustle all night long, and you saw it there, able to get the basketball, keep possession, and
Get the steal and
Yep.
the foul. We'll look at Kane, poked it away from Plowman Tate, and then gets in on the breakaway. Inbound, and just they lost Ullman there. He scores easily underneath.
11-point lead here early on for Minnetonka.
16-2 run. Driving is Young. He's going to get the foul and go to the line to shoot 2. The nice job of sashaying his way past Grayson Ullman. Ullman called for the foul.
Well, you know, Coach O, when we talked, we said, you know, what are some of the keys that you need to do? And, you know, certainly said, you know, we've got to handle their pressure. And so far, early on, they haven't been able to do that. Also, taking care of the basketball is going to be very important. I think the 3 keys for sure: defense, taking care of the basketball, and just handle the pressure and keep composure in a big game like this.
Well, all 3 games have been pretty close. Wyzetta by like 9 or 11 in the first or quarterfinal, but then a 1-point win for Cretin-Durham Hall, a 3-point win for Egan.
It's another lane violation. That's a couple for the Skippers here early on.
Actually, I think that one might have been against Cardinals since they did not get that free throw back. Good steal by Jackson Young. Takes it right to the rim, leaves it up short, battles for it. Ullman able to save it back to Stefanowicz. He's got a step on Stoll all the way down the court, down low. Kane goes up and drops it down.
Yeah, and Stefanowicz, he certainly can do it from the outside and from scoring, but just a beautiful feed there for the bucket.
Jackson Hetwer on the floor for the first time. Hands off for Parker Stoll. Stoll ran into traffic and forced to travel.
And that's just a great defensive play. You get hands on the ball, don't make any contact body-wise, and unfortunately, Stoll traveled with the basketball.
Jackson Young pressuring on Stefanowicz. He works to the right side. Cross court, Ullman shuffled his feet. Thought about the shot, and we talked about it during the last game off air, obviously. The double line, they're not used to seeing that.
No.
And we've seen a lot of guys putting it up from NBA range.
Yeah, exactly.
Early on, and just because they're used to lining up beyond a line and putting up that three-pointer, it's an extra 3 feet. Young had it stripped away. It'll stay Cardinal ball. 24 to go on the shot clock.
They stepped out.
Another turnover by the Cardinals, and trailing by 11, still very early. But again, that experience comes in big for Minnetonka. They got here last year. They know the feeling of coming here and losing 2 games and going home.
They do.
Short of the dream you've always had. And Coon Rapids, to get here was not expected. Now trying to keep their hopes alive and prevent themselves from ending up losing 2 and being done.
And you can see the quick hands that Minnetonka has. I mean, they're disrupting what Coon Rapids wants to do offensively, and that was blocked. That's a long 3.
That was well beyond the NBA range. Ullman drives, or Stefanowicz rather, drives to the other end. Wells troubled in the middle, batted around out of bounds, last touched by Wells, and the Cardinals' swarming defense forces a turnover.
Well, and again, that's what Coon Rapids wants to do. Obviously, they want to play solid defense, and Coach Ogorick, that's kind of the trademark of his program is we're going to play solid defense. We're going to pressure you. We're going to trouble you all night long, and we're going to get in passing lanes. We're going to do some of those things that we see the Skippers doing here early on tonight as well.
Connor Jordan into the front court for Coon Rapids. Hands off to Parker Stoll. He's troubled by Wells, comes up with the steal, gets it to El Amin. He will leave it back, and Wells will draw the foul going to the rim. He'll go to the line instead.
I think they'll call it Kenny Jones, who just came into the game. I think they'll call it on Kenny. And they will. Cardinals now 4 fouls as the Skippers hold that 11-point lead.
Caden Wells makes it 13. Just over 8 minutes into this contest, and Coon Rapids got a great start, but Minnetonka, once they got their rhythm going, has really opened it up. Now ahead by 14.
And again, you're going to see him pressure the ball again.
Oh, sorry, 13.
13.
El Amin drives, nice scoop. And he scores.
Pretty basket.
His first basket of the night. Connor Jordan. Hands off to Stoll, left side for Tony Belpedio into the post. Young turns, lots of pressure, ball swatted away. Belpedio able to recover, gets it back to Jordan. Thought about the three, he will take it after all. It's short, Stefanowicz has the rebound and quickly down court. Minnetonka wastes no time in transition. Great feed, and El Amin able to reach behind him, secure the basketball, and put it home. And a timeout, Coon Rapids.
Yeah, 25-8, and I think a much-needed timeout for Coach O and his guys. And credit to Minnetonka, they just do such a nice job in transition. We talked about this with Coach O, is the turnover. We can't allow transition baskets, and that's what they've been doing here tonight, and that's why it's 25-8.
While we have a timeout on the floor, we go down on the sidelines to Lexi Schweinert. Lexi.
Hey guys, so we've heard the name Issa El Amin a lot this broadcast. Just had his first couple of baskets. He's actually the son of Khalid Al Amin, who was a part of that 1999 UConn team that won the NCAA championship, as March Madness is right around the corner. His dad actually played for the Chicago Bulls in 50 games, then played overseas. His older brother also played collegiately, so a little bit of connection there.
Yeah, it was fun watching Khalid Al Amin obviously play for North, but even more so winning that national championship, as you mentioned, at UConn.
Yeah, he obviously I liked him because he's not 6.5 feet tall.
And he made Minnesota proud.
And he's in Minneapolis, guy.
Yes, exactly.
You know, those Minneapolis public schools, they every once in a while turn out a fine nugget like Howie Shapiro.
Oh, yeah.
Good drive by Kenny Jones, picks up the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Nugget is the correct word. as has Minneapolis Southwest produced the best in the business, Joe Young.
Falls on the Skippers, number 11, Stefanowicz. That is his first. He's third.
Yeah, a couple of big runs by Minnetonka, and the Cardinals have gone cold. They have not had a basket from the floor in over 5 minutes, or about 5 minutes anyway. A 24-4 run for the Cardinals, and Jerry Freeman just sprinted towards the locker room.
I hope he's okay. I mean, it doesn't. He sprinted, so it doesn't look like injury related. Missed them both.
In and out, the rebound by Kane. He'll get it back across midcourt. And leave it for Stefanowicz. Pressured, got the double team.
Oh.
Good one-touch pass. Connor Jordan gets the lane, though, and pries it free for the Cardinals.
Yeah, just did a good job of stepping in front of the pass.
Connor Jordan up top, gets it to Jackson Young. Jackson, as we talked about in the open, had a great season. Kenny Jones able to get inside position and get the Cardinals a basket.
Well, Kenny came off the bench in that game against Forest Lake and really sparked what the Cardinals did in that second half. He had 15 points, 13 of them in the second half, and he was the star of that game.
Stefanowicz down low. Wells comes up empty. Well defended by Jones. Put just enough pressure in his face to force the adjustment. Connor Jordan up top. Cardinals taking their time. Tony Belpedio. Had Jordan very momentarily open in the lane. He's able to spin to his left, but that one's going to bounce off the rim and out.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because he worked himself well down underneath. They got him the pass, and he had the open look. Just, oh.
Wells at the other end, this time able to go through the contact of Jones and get the basket. Jackson Young trying to get away from Kane. Underneath to Jones, he'll score again.
So Jones has a couple of quick ones off the bench. 15-point lead for the Skippers.
Cardinals in desperate need of some stops to try and cut into this lead. Wells kicks it out. El Amin will drive to his left. Pretty hands, and he drops it home.
Good bloodlines in that family.
Jones, a fadeaway. That shot won't go. Kane has the rebound for Minnetonka. Skippers up court. Stefanowicz cuts to the middle. He'll take it himself, draw the contact, and go to the line to shoot two.
They call that on Jordan, I believe.
First of the game for Connor Jordan, fifth for the Cardinals. Skippers with 3 so far as we got 6:21 to play in the first half. And after Coon Rapids got the early start, it's been all Minnetonka.
Oh, it's good to see Jerry Freeman. He's back on the court. Jason Russ always also in the lineup for Coon Rapids, and they certainly can use his size on the boards.
Stefanowicz able to hit 1 of 2. Yeah, you talked about Skipper's not a very big team,
nope.
So the Cardinals able to put a couple of big men out there, give themselves an advantage on the boards. In the post, Russ back to Freeman. Freeman scores with the left hand.
Beautiful give and go from Freeman. Russ back to Freeman.
Stefanowicz dribbling through traffic. Great feed to El Amin down low. Got it to Bodie. Ullman forces it up in the lane and scores.
Ullman, number 21.
Lead is 18 for the Skippers here in the first half. Russ down low, gets the foul. It's going to go against Malachi Bodie. And it'll put Russ at the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Bodie just one of 2 guys that come in off the bench for the Skippers. Just averages a little over 2 points a game. An opportunity here for Jason Russ to see if he can get a couple from the line.
Russ at the line shooting for the Cardinals.
First one off the back iron. Able to hit the second. Russ, another one of those seniors that has come in when his number's been called, and he's played some big minutes in some games, and It's just impressive the way they have so many guys who have been able to stay at the ready, knowing that, you know, you've got to be able to show when you get the opportunity.
Quick hands by the skipper, steals that one away from Young.
Ullman driving, and he's able to score off the glass. Jackson Young working against Stefanowicz. Stefanowicz going to be called for the foul. He thought he got in and got clean ball, but
that's his second. Richardson checking back in for the skippers.
Robinson.
Richardson.
Oh, you're right.
So you made me question myself. Which
wrote
happens often.
I wrote it down wrong. Russ finds a way in, weaves his way to the basket, and scores.
I like that move by Jason Russ. I mean, just taking it, not worrying about those players in front of him, just making sure that he kept his dribble, didn't travel with the basketball, and just finding a little bit of an open spot.
Richardson back up top to Ullman. He's in a swarm of Cardinals. Richardson cross court, El Amin. Weaves through, leaves it off. Ullman underneath, back to El Amin, and he rolls it home.
Yeah, nice dish again. Just find him underneath, and El Amin has 8. He's right there about his average. He averages just a shade under 9 points a game.
Well, and again, this is a team that in Minnetonka, they had to battle past a top 5 ranked team to get here, beating Shakopee in the Section 2 championship in overtime.
I was just going to say, it was a close one.
78-75, I believe, was the final. And good hands by Kenny Jones. And possession arrow will favor Coon Rapids.
81-79, is that what you said? 78-75, help me to turn the paper over.
I believe that's what I said.
Yeah, that is what you said.
But yeah, they've won a lot of games in the 70s or low 80s, but they're definitely capable of putting up big numbers. Again, they've been over 100 3 times this season. The Cardinals, with that amazing shootout win over Centennial in the section quarterfinal, putting up 105. That one punched away. Russ able to get it back for the Cardinals, and it's taken right back by Ullman. Ullman ahead for Richardson. He slows down. He'll take the 3. It's off the mark. Rebound tipped and went off the back of the backboard, so out of bounds, Cardinal ball.
We have 3 minutes remaining in this opening half. 36-17 is the score in favor of the Skippers from Minnetonka. So on the floor for Coon Rapids, we have Plum and Tate, Kenny Jones, Jackson Young, Jerry Freeman, and Connor Jordan.
Freeman working against Ullman, gets across midcourt. Defensive switch, working against Caden Wells. Needs some support. Finally, Jordan comes, hands it off. Connor Jordan try to give it to Young. It's stripped away by Kane, and he will drop it in at the other end. Another timeout, Coon Rapids.
Well, the Cardinals are going to have to call timeout. This lead continues to grow.
.236 to play in the first half. Coon Rapids now trailing by 21.
Yeah, it's not the hole that they wanted to be in, quite obviously. They knew coming in, Joe, that it was going to be a tall task with the Skippers, but you know, I think they felt if they kept it close and played good defense and got stops, that they would, you know, things would be different. But they've got a hole to dig out of, no question.
It's a couple of steals and breakaway baskets for Jordan Kane. A breakaway winner on the sidelines, as always, our Lexi Schweiner.
Yeah, guys, when I talked to Coach O before the game, he said something that got better since the beginning of the season is they improved a lot offensively. They take care of their offense a lot better now, learn to create better shots for themselves. But something that they really needed to focus on in today's game is being less dribble reliant, because when you play good teams, they're going to suffocate the drive. You can see they're not dribbling as much, but Minnetonka is still forcing those turnovers. We're going to see how the rest of this plays out, guys.
Thank you, Lexi. And 2:36 to the half. The Cardinals absolutely, positively must win this last 2:36.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Cut into that lead a bit.
Yeah, they need buckets and they need stops.
And both have been hard to come by in this first half. As Lexi talked about, the defense for Minnetonka just so good. They're everywhere. Jones for three, that's short. Long rebound secured by Kane. He's tripped up by Jones, and Jones will pick up his second foul.
Yeah, again, Kenny, we talked about Kenny's defensive play, and, he's so good on the defensive end, and, he hustled there, obviously. Looked for that loose basketball, but picked up the contact. So as you mentioned that, I think you mentioned that was his second.
I did.
Yeah, you're right on it.
You
You're right on top of everything.
You listened to me for once.
I did, actually. And I figured it's a state tournament. I better start listening to you, at least if at any time now, right now.
Ullman back near side for Jordan Kane. Kane will put it on the floor, draw three defenders. Ullman, long three is good.
And again, just leave him alone at the top of the key, and Ullman does a really nice job of sinking that one to increase this lead. And so far, Minnetonka in complete control.
Ullman's got 15, including three three-pointers. Great dish from Freeman. Jordan delivers. But those baskets matter little if you don't get stops at the other end.
Correct.
Three-pointer for Richardson off the mark. Connor Jordan had the rebound. Freeman drives to the other end, kicks it back. Jordan for three, that's short. The rebound by Ullman, and Plowman Tate's going to be called for the foul.
Yeah, that's just one that Plowman Tate was just trying to go after that loose basketball over the top, little contact there. Look at the beautiful dish by Freeman. Just a nice little look to Jordan as he's able to put the bucket in.
Or no look, as the case may be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was looking. He's just looking the other way.
He's got. He's had some outstanding no look and behind the back, over the head type assists all season long. Ullman not able to get the roll on the second. A 42-19 lead for Minnetonka. Plowman Tate kicks it out to Freeman. Just out of his reach, couldn't hold on, and Cardinals turn it over. 1:15 to go in the first half. Issa Elamine back to Ullman. Ullman right side. Richardson back to Ullman. Another open look for three. This one won't go. Kane's got the rebound. His follow won't go. Connor Jordan trying to get it up court. Ullman cuts it off, but he steps on the line. Or is a backcourt violation. Inbound goes to Jordan. Tried to get it to Young. Great step by by Jordan Kane. He misses at the other end. Jackson Young has the rebound. He'll wait for his team to assemble. Connor Jordan hands it back for Jackson Young. Jerry Freeman, three-pointer won't go. Plowman Tate battling for the rebound, but lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, and again, offensively, Coon Rapids just not able to get it going here in this first half. I mean, you saw a shot that Jerry Freeman, takes time and time again, and he had an open look too. No defender there in his face, but just couldn't get it to drop.
Andy Stefanowicz back on the floor for Minnetonka. Elamine gives it up to Kane, down low for Stefanowicz, tripped up, and that's going to be a foul.
I heard a
against
whistle.
Cardinals.
Yeah. It was kind of a weak whistle too. I think some of the Cardinal players did not hear the whistle blow, but definitely an infraction.
It'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Stefanowicz.
Yeah, that's on Connor Young. That's
No, it's on Antonio Belpino. Number 22, not 2. They announced that it was on Connor Young. Pretty sure Connor Young has not left the bench. I can see him over there with his head in his hands.
yeah, he's definitely.
I'd get really excited if Connor Young was on the floor in the first half of their state tournament appearance.
That's great.
As we talked about on Sports Night, he and Jeremy Oddie, my favorite players on the roster, because they're the only ones I can see eye to eye with. Without a chair, of course, or stepping stool. Stefanowicz left side, Kane to the basket and drops in 2 more.
Yeah, Kane just does a really nice job of just cutting to the basket, and they find him, and that's what they've been doing all half long, Joe, dominated by the Skippers.
Yeah, exactly where Coon Rapids did not want to be at the half, down by 25. But this is the state tournament. You got to be able to pull yourself up and try for the comeback. Down on the sidelines with Coach O is Lexi Schweiner. Lexi?
Coach, off to a 4-0 start, kind of lost the rhythm. They're down at half. What adjustments do you need to make in the locker room?
We got to take care of the ball. That was number one thing we said going into this is we got to take care of the ball. Right now we're just getting smothered with it right now. So there at least 13 steals. We have to take care of the ball. Part of it is an action. Part of it is being stronger with the ball. And we got to execute. This team demands execution. We're not executing and we're getting ourselves in trouble.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
All right, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Lexi, and about what I expected. Certainly hope has not been lost, but the Cardinals have a huge hole they need to dig out of. Halftime of this state quarterfinal, it's Minnetonka 44, Coon Rapids 19. Back at the Target Center, the Cardinal Nation looking for any reason to get out of their seats and back on their feet. Their team got off to a great start, had the 4-1 lead early, but then Minnetonka, once they started rolling, they really just steamrolled this Cardinal squad. A 24-4 run opened up a big lead, and they never really looked back. Get to the locker room up by 25 at 44-19. One of the Cardinals' worst offensive outputs of the season for a half at 19 points.
Yeah, absolutely. Turning the ball over, typically not doing that. You got to think nerves played a little bit of part, at least in the beginning of this game. But give credit to what the Skippers have done. They've played better defensively. They've fought for loose basketballs, and really they've had multiple opportunities, multiple looks after missed shots. So Coach O, you can see him shaking his head, not happy with the score here at the break, and 44-19 lead for Minnetonka. They've got a huge hole to dig out of if they want to come back into this one.
Well, it can be done. No lead is insurmountable. The season is on the line. The winner meets Egan in the semifinals at Williams Arena tomorrow night. The loser will play Park Center at Concordia College tomorrow at noon. The second half of this Class 4A state quarterfinal is next on CTN.
As you know, CTN YouTube, and we're on in a big way. We have thousands of videos online to help you stay connected to Coon Rapids on any device, at home, or on the go. And it's because of your faithful viewership that we can celebrate 10,000 subscribers to the CTN YouTube page. Thank you for your support as we continue to keep you connected.
Back at the Target Center, halftime of this state 4A quarterfinal. 3 teams have made their way to the semifinal round. One more will be determined when this one's over. Minnetonka in a great position to make sure it is them up 25 at the half.
You know, and I know Coach Testall, I'm sure anyway, at the break told his guys, continue to do what you're doing because you've scored 44 points here and you've got a huge lead. Just take care of the basketball, continue to move your offense, play with the same enthusiasm and intensity that you played with in that first half.
You heard Coach O at the half. Jerry Freeman got in and tipped the ball away, an early steal for the Cardinals.
See, and we were talking about these are the kind of things you have to get takeaways, but now you have to score points. You can't come away empty here.
Freeman drives, rolls it across the top of the rim. Ullman had the rebound, then went loose. Jordan able to recover for the Cardinals. Young drops it off. Jordan had it stripped away. El-Amin on the run the other way, pushes it to Kane, but Jerry Freeman going to be called for the foul, his third.
It's those quick hands again by the defense for the Skippers that caused that turnover. Again, they're pesky. They're there around the ball at all times, and just frustrating what Coon Rapids wants to do offensively.
Stefanowicz back to El-Amin. He'll take the 3. This one's off the mark. Rebound by Jerry Freeman. Freeman to the front court, leaves it off for Jordan. Got through the hands of Belpedio. Able to save it from a backcourt violation. Freeman drives and gets the foul on El-Amin as he leaned in.
That's his second personal. First of the half for the Skippers.
Freeman at the line to shoot a couple. First one short.
I mean, that kind of tells what the night for Coon Rapids. I know, Jerry was frustrated by the fact that he missed that free throw, and it's kind of how it's unfolded for the Cardinals here tonight.
Able to hit the first point of this second half to the Cardinals. Ullman backs out, pump fake, gives it up to Stefanowicz at the top. Young comes over to defend. Stefanowicz looking to go underneath for Kane. Kane battles through and gets another bucket.
Yeah, that's Kane using his strength underneath.
Young kicks it back. Parker Stoll for 3. It's good.
Now Parker definitely. The Cardinals needed that, Joe. And granted, they're down by 23, but they needed something offensively, and a 3 is a big one for Coon Rapids.
Kane to the other end, tried to kick it out, draws the foul. Cardinals trying everything they can to slow this Minnetonka offense. And as you talked about what Minnetonka was able to do defensively, frustrate the Cardinals, trying to do the same at the other end, but so many fouls early on. Underneath, it's Caden Wells scoring in close. Jerry Freeman Finds a little bit of room, but runs into a tree named Caden Wells. No way he was going up against that. Young kicks it out. Freeman working against Stefanowicz. Back into the paint. Scoop shot won't go. Rebound tipped, controlled by Kane. Kane running the other way. Left side, Ullman for three. That one won't go. Rebound by Stoll.
Yeah, but when you get those, when you limit them to that one shot, you've got to, again, have to come back and score points.
Stoll got caught in his dribble, and then the steal and the step out of bounds by Ullman before the little push from Stoll, so no foul on Stoll.
Officials are going to talk about something. Can you read lips, Joe?
I cannot.
I can't either.
But I think they're discussing, because there was a little push by Stoll.
Right.
It was after the fact, after he had stepped out of bounds. There's where.
Yeah, there's a little. You saw the little push, but he was out of bounds already.
But he was already out of bounds. The whistle already blowing, so it'll be Coon Rapids ball. Refs just getting together, make sure they got the call right. Over the head pass from Young to Stoll, out to Freeman for three. That won't go. Stefanowicz has the rebound. He spins and just tosses it up, but right to Wells. Stoll nearly had the steal in front of Elamine. Elamine instead gets it back to Jordan Kane. He takes it right to the rim and scores.
Yeah, again, they're just so disciplined, and just a really nice shot underneath and stay in control and get that bucket. 27-point lead.
Young couldn't secure it. Kane came up with it, but then coughed it back up. Kenny Jones will take it right to the rim and score.
Kenny, the leading scorer for the Cardinals, with 6.
Ullman in traffic, draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Balls on the Cardinals, number 20, Connor Jordan. That is his second. Team's third. 2 shots.
So it's Connor Jordan's second personal foul, team third.
We got a substitution, Duke Richardson.
Duke Richardson checking back in for the Skippers. Ullman now with 17. Kane has 15 for the Skippers. Missed the second one. Rebound for Connor Jordan. Cardinals back on offense. Draw up that 26-point play.
Is there one? I wasn't sure. I have to ask Coach O about that.
Freeman works his way down low, then ripped away by Elamine. Issa Elamine on the run to the other end, had it knocked out of his hands. Scramble for it, ends up out of bounds. It'll be Cardinal ball.
That time, Elamine a little bit out of control, not able to handle the basketball.
Inbound goes to Jerry Freeman. Just about 4 minutes into this second half. Minnetonka with a 26-point lead and a backcourt violation. Good defense stepping up right at the midcourt and forcing the turnover. And that really has been the difference, is Minnetonka, they've got their offense going as well and really been able to put up nice numbers offensively, but defensively they've been outstanding.
Right. And this is
Richardson for three. It's good.
This isn't the same Coon Rapids team that beat Forest Lake. They're just off rhythm. They've been off rhythm, and give a lot of credit to what Minnetonka is doing, Joe, because they're keeping them off rhythm, but they just can't get into any kind of a groove.
Yeah, there has been no flow to the Cardinals offense whatsoever so far this evening or this afternoon. Find themselves down 29.
Yeah, that's a pretty big lead here. And just again, just the kick out And Richardson able to drain the three. I mean, again, not much. The Cardinals couldn't get out there defensively. Richardson all alone, and he didn't waste any time releasing the shot, and he hit it.
First three-pointer for Minnetonka for a guy not named Grayson Ullman. And down on the sidelines as we have a timeout, we go back to Lexi.
Yeah, we didn't get to talk to Coach Bryce Tesdale at halftime, but a little tidbit about him and how he ended up at Minnetonka. Back in 2008, when Minnetonka made state the last time before last year, Coach Tesdale was actually playing in the state title game for his high school, Crosby Ironton, when Minnetonka won that state tournament in 2008. He had played in the 2A state game. He lost that game, but a bunch of his buddies were on that Minnetonka team, his AAUU buddies were on that team, and he just saw so much energy with that school and that team that he's like, this is the team that someday I want to be the coach for. And now in 2024, he is.
There you go, and he's got him back in the state tournament for a second straight year. Pass right through the hands of Jackson Young. Ullman.
Oh, how did he miss that?
Short at the other end.
He's smiling. He can't believe he missed it.
Freeman scores.
You know, when you're up by this amount, you can smile when you miss a shot like that.
Cardinals beat down court, and Ullman puts it home this time.
He got it back. He got that bucket back. His big smile on his face.
Jerry Freeman right side for Kenny Jones. Parker Stoll now gets some room. Connor Jordan up top. Pass underneath. Got troubled on the way to Jones, and then he lost it off his foot and out of bounds.
Yeah, and again, frustrating.
Kicked across. Richardson, another open look from the left wing. This time it won't fall. Battle for the rebound. Controlled by Richardson, and then he's fouled, and he'll go to the line and shoot two.
Again, Minnetonka doing a good job of battling for that rebound. Keep possession. Gets the foul. Richardson obviously has an opportunity to go to the line.
Richardson makes it a 30-point lead for Minnetonka. Petward back on the floor for the Cardinals. Second one won't go. Jordan, another rebound for the Cardinals. 30-point deficit. Jackson Young drives all the way to the rim, but leaves it off the mark. Wells pushes it up court for Ullman. Ullman had it knocked away, but right to Richardson, and he gets it back to Elamine. Elamine, left side for Bodie. His pass to Richardson. Partially deflected, but got through. Ullman on the baseline. Cross court, Wells puts it on the floor. Hit the underside of the rim. The follow is good for Malachi Bodie, plus the foul.
And again, you can see the frustration on the Cardinals' faces.
And that's going to go against Jerry Freeman.
Oh, Jerry Freeman.
That'll be his fourth. And Jerry will have to check out. 4 fouls, 12-13 to go.
So Parker Stoll will come in to take his place.
Bodie not able to cash in on the extra there, but still a huge lead. Young's three-pointer off the mark. Bodie has the rebound, and Elamine.
See, again, just one and done for the Cardinals. Missed shot. Minnetonka gets the rebound, and they're back offensively with the basketball.
Into the corner. Three-pointer is good for Caden Wells.
I mean, you know, you look at what Isa Elamine brings to this team, and just to find him on the wing like that, a nice pass, and he's able just to release it quickly.
Well, you talk about the stock he comes from.
Oh, yes.
Khalid Elamine was an incredible dribbler and passer.
He could distribute the best of them.
Good look underneath, speaking of distributing, and Connor Jordan scores. Great look from Jackson Young.
That's 3 assists on the night for Jackson Young.
Elamine working against Young. Kicks it out. Another 3 for Wells. This one in and out. Kane has the rebound, and he's bumped by Connor Jordan.
So was that Jordan's 4th?
I believe it will be. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's it's 2 starters with 4 fouls still relatively early in this second half.
Yeah, the second half hasn't gone well. The first half didn't go well for Coon Rapids. The second half not going well either for the Cardinals.
Lead is 33 for Minnetonka. Elamine from way outside. That's not going to go. Rebound tipped, controlled by Wells, and he puts it back.
And again, just a great job underneath and just getting to the basketball, being more aggressive. Skipper's been extremely aggressive all night long.
Jackson Young to the lane, had it ripped away by Kane. Kane on a breakaway, he'll hammer it home. And the lead continues to grow.
Yeah, how excited are all the teams that remaining in this contest that Park Center was knocked out a little bit earlier. They certainly would have been a huge threat to win this one. But give credit to Egan, because when we watched that game, they did a heck of a job.
Well, and it all came down to defense again. Okay, what changed the tides in that second half in Egan's favor is their defense. They stayed strong defensively, and that frustrated Park Center. They got a couple of big baskets, obviously, and then they maintained possession and took care of the basketball.
Yeah, and free throw shooting was great for Egan, too. That helped them develop that lead.
Inbound goes to Stoll, driving the lane. That comes up short, but Russ there to put it home. Down court quickly. 3-pointer is off the mark for Richardson, but he's going to get 3 chances from the charity stripe as Russ got a piece of him after the fact.
Yeah, and again, I mean, lead is huge, obviously, but that's not a foul that you can commit.
Well, and
I mean, you got the contact there after the ball was released.
And Minnetonka has pushed it over that 35-point mark. So after we get inside 9 minutes, the clock will run unless the Cardinals able to come back in a big way. Richardson hits 2.
Well, Joe would have to be in a big way.
Richardson able to hit all 3. 69-31.
Yeah, we talk about free throw shooting, how important it is, and obviously you hit 3 to increase the lead.
Hetwer's 3 in and out. Rebound controlled by Minnetonka, and they just had a lot of bodies underneath the basket.
They've been doing that all night long.
Kane drives, but a good tie-up by Jason Russ. Able to tie him up and get possession for Coon Rapids. Young into the front court, working against Kane. They collide, both go to the floor. Ball comes loose to Richardson. He's stripped by Hetwer at the other end. Hetwer being tracked down from behind, pulls up and hits the jumper.
Yeah, just a nice play by Jackson. He's able to create the turnover and then come back and get the bucket.
Good pass underneath, and Richardson finishes.
71-33 in favor of the Skippers.
Hetwer thought about it from way out. Russ had his pocket picked. Richardson on the run. Blocked by Russ, but a follow is good for Andy Stefanowicz.
Yeah, Jason Russ did his job, but there was too many blue jerseys there for the rebound.
Young drives, gets the foul, will go to the line and shoot 2.
We are in that running time.
Falls on number 22 for Minnetonka, Jordan Kane. That is his second, team second against the shots. Number 10, Young at the line shooting. Substitution fives, check.
Jackson Young just 4 points in the contest.
20, Jordan, both back on the floor for Coon
Talk
Rapids.
about no one really has found any rhythm
No,
wearing a white jersey tonight.
no one. I think no one has any more than six points, maybe.
Young able to hit the second. Stefanowicz dribbling his way through traffic. Richardson on the left side, up top. Kane thought about stepping into a shot. Instead, put it on the floor, drew a foul, and will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
I mean, credit to what Minnetonka has done. They've stifled what Coon Rapids likes to do. I mean, you look at their leading scorer in Jackson Young. He's averaging 19 points a game. He has 5.
And meanwhile, you have Ullman at 19, Kane at 17, and Caden Wells has 15 or 13 for the Skippers. Elamine back in, and Bodie set to check back in. Skippers hit them both. Malachi Bodie back on the floor for Minnetonka. Inbound goes to Freeman on the floor with his 4 fouls, as is Connor Jordan.
Well, at this point, keep him out there.
Elamine going to be called for a foul away from the ball. Trying to restrict access to Connor Jordan.
And not a lot for Coon Rapids fans to be cheering about here today, unfortunately.
Give credit to the cheerleaders. They're trying to keep the noise going, the energy level up and positive in the red crowd. There they are, doing a great job.
Yes, they are.
Keeping the smiles on their faces, even if they can't do it for the greater Cardinal Nation behind them.
Zach Steingus coming into the lineup for the first time for Minnetonka.
Turnaround jumper for Young wouldn't go. Couple of attempts for Jordan wouldn't go either, and Elamine has the rebound.
That's perfect for what's happening for Coon Rapids tonight. Obviously, 3 opportunities and can't get anything, especially the couple up down close.
Elamine leaves it off. Steingas in the lane comes up empty. Hetwer has the rebound. Parker Stoll pushes it to Young in the corner for 3.
He stepped out.
Shot was off the mark anyhow.
Yep. Yeah, frustrating, obviously. Frustrating for
Ray Bennett going to get a chance to check in for the Cardinals. And it's good to see some of those seniors that have been those role players get an opportunity to play in the state tournament. Would have liked to have seen it with a 40-point lead instead of a 40-point deficit. But, Ray Bennett, even Jason Russ, Parker Stoll, Tony Belpedio, Hetwer, even toward the end of the season, they have all kind of been those rotating guys that never knew whether their number was going to be called or not, but were ready to step up when it was.
Yep.
And I know, Ray got a little more opportunity earlier in the season
he did.
when they had some more foul or injury troubles. They had taken Plum and Tate that didn't get with the team until several weeks in, and Parker Stoll the same way. That's Gavin DeVries, also a senior that was filling a lot more minutes during those early parts of the season when they were waiting for guys to come back from injury, getting a chance to play in the state tournament. Hetwer looking for room, left side, nothing there. Gavin DeVries leaves it off. Young will take it from about 30 feet away, and it's off the mark. Bennett in position, draws the foul. Foul's going to be on Vengala.
Yeah, you know, and you mentioned, there's Red. Red's, there he is. Red's in the house.
Wouldn't be right
Houses wouldn't be the same
if Red wasn't here to lead Cardinal Nation. Hetwer into Bennett, and he scores.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned about Ray Bennett in the beginning of the season. He played some decent minutes. You know, hustled on defense, made some nice plays, and you know, I scored. Was able to score a little bit.
Vengala puts it over the basket, but draws the foul, and will go to the line to shoot two.
On number 14, Gavin DeVries, that is his first personal. Team's 8.
We knew coming in that this was a possibility, but
Yes.
we were certainly hoping it would not become reality, as the Skippers have just run away with this contest.
They really have. They have a 40-point lead. Make it 42.
Steingas with the rebound and the follow. Hetwer for three. That one's short. Skippers have the rebound. Underneath the foul and a free throw upcoming.
I think DeVries got the first attempt got the ball, but second attempt got the body.
Falls on number 14, Gavin DeVries, that is his second personal. Team's 10, and number 24 shooting 2. Will Steingas.
Will Steingas at the free throw line. Hits one of two. Skipper's able to save it, back underneath. And Caden Mack Anderson scores.
Again, that's kind of been the tone of the night for Coon Rapids. Looks like it was going out of bounds. Skippers do a great job of saving it, and they get a basket off that, obviously.
Three-pointer for DeVries won't go. Down to the final 35 seconds. Skippers will take on the Egan Wildcats. That shot off the mark. Steingas has the rebound. That shot won't go either. Put back is good for Hemanth Vengala.
That makes it 83-36. It's been all Skippers from 98% of this game. Cardinals got out to a little bit of a start, but
well, the Skippers able to close it out strong. You know, they came into this second half with a 25-point lead,
Yep.
and they stretched it out in the early part, and then really secured it down the stretch with the final 8 points of the game going to Minnetonka.
yeah, and you know, obviously Coon Rapids doing a nice job of getting here and not putting on the kind of performance, but you got to be proud of these guys and this coaching staff and what they've done this year to get this far. Obviously, they would have liked to have continued. They would like to have, you know, made this a close contest, but it wasn't, so to speak, in the cards. So, you know, they will, their season will continue tomorrow. Almost said their season will end, but their season will continue tomorrow against Park Center at Concordia.
Yeah, and you know,
from one fire to the next.
Well, right, and that's maybe the toughest part of the quarterfinal loss is that there was an upset on the
Yep.
other half, and that means even though they're in the consolation bracket, they're facing one of the best teams in the state and a
Yep.
team that absolutely dominated them early in the season.
They certainly did, and they will have their work cut out for them. But they'll regroup and they'll come out and they'll put their best foot forward as they take on the Pirates tomorrow at noon.
That game at Concordia, and there are your 4 semifinalists. The 2 making their way by upset, Cretin-Durham Hall and Egan beating their higher rated opponents to get to that next round. And of course, on the flip side, Rogers and Farmington in the first consolation semifinal at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. The Cardinals and the Pirates will take the court at noon. But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, it's 83 Minnetonka, Coon Rapids 36. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro and Lexi Schweiner, I'm Joe Young. Say goodnight.